Welcome to another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson. This past week, Culture Minister Olivia Grange launched the Jamaica 56 celebrations under the theme One Love, One Family. So as we count down to emancipation and independence, check your local listings. Proudly wear your black, green and gold with your bandana. Be bold. Go on out and participate in the different cultural activities that have been planned across the island.
Let us celebrate together. Be proud of our achievements and be confident in our purpose to continue to build a better Jamaica with our arts and culture at the center of our development.
Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. Keep we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it.
No dash, no paper, no dash, no plastic. Dispose your garbage responsibly. No know how to recycle, learn it quick. And if you drop it, better pick up every piece of it. Plastics last forever, don't forget the bits. Cause when them touch the street, them end up in the sea. Collect pan the reef where they fish them feed. And when you want seafood, I eat your
Keep
eat.
we island clean, so clean. From the peaks to the beach, so clean. No dirty up Jamaica, please don't do it. No dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica, no dirty up Jamaica.
The finals of the 2018 Festival Song Competition will be hosted on July 15 at the Randy Williams Entertainment Center. Of the 10 finalists, for the first time ever, a choir has entered the competition. But how did it all start? It's been 52 years. Do you remember some of the past winning songs? Check this out.
I'm a born Jamaican, I'm a son of the sun. I love the sea.
Popular festival hits of the 60s and the 70s still being enjoyed today.
Don't matter where I go, Jamaica is my home. I love the girls, coconut water and white rum.
Although the first festival song competition was in 1966, the process started in 1963 with the creation of Jamaica Festival by then Minister of Development and Welfare, the Most Honorable Edward Seaga. This was to establish an umbrella for the various types of festival events that were happening sporadically.
We were independent from '62, and people were having dances each year and various activities through the country without any real organized structure to control it. I don't think it was even thought of that it should be like that. People were enjoying themselves. We are independent, we are free kind of thing.
So, to coordinate a structured independence celebration island-wide, the Jamaica Festival Commission was formed by an Act of Parliament in 1968. This later became the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, JCDC, in 1980, which has since been coordinating all festival activities, including the well-loved festival songs.
Sweet Jamaica is now on the move. Help me with my song and let the people them come sing along.
That opportunity was really welcome, and the public did now see it as something that is structural, it's permanent almost. It's not a case that you have to go around a lane there to hear you sing, or you're going to dance tonight, you might hear a man out. Here was something which annually, when you talk about festival and enjoying yourself, this was the song which was one of the flagship for the festival.
During the 60s and 70s, rocksteady was the sound of the day. But as popular and entertaining as it was, like the ska and mentor that preceded it, there wasn't much publicity for both the music and artists.
So, entering festival for artists was an opportunity to acquire some exposure, because we didn't have the amount of record producers then that we obviously have now, or opportunities for exposure. Jamaican music was not accepted near to the level it is today. So radio stations were not playing the music as they ought to or could have.
It is believed that airplay rotation of the festival songs of the 60s and 70s opened the door for wide acceptance of our music locally and internationally. And more important, created a profile for the artists.
The big thing was recognition. That was priceless, that you won it, because Toots was there and Toots won it with Bam Bam. I mean, Toots never looked back after that.
The Maytals, with Toots as lead singer, won the festival song competition 3 times. He and other winners went on to become successful recording artists.
Everybody just come down, come down, come down, come down. Have you bones and a pride? Come down, come down, come down, come down.
The Jamaica Festival Song Competition, during its initial years, got overwhelming support from the people who look forward to the music that would herald independence celebrations.
The music was the most potent and likely force to draw people towards it, right? So that's why what accent was placed on it. But the people welcomed it because they were, remember again to you, the independence thing, we had the Rastafarian community was still very vibrant in Jamaica, talking about nationalism, patriotism, Jamaican and anti-imperialism and things like that. This can be looked at to say, here was another event that are happening now, coming from us, to shake off the shackles of colonialism and even classism and racism and things like that. So it had various, it impacted in various ways on many people and the country as a whole. So even it might be defined, as I just said, in some books. But these were feelings on the street, This gave me a sense of this is us, this is a we know kind of thing. You know what I mean? So the festival has to be seen as something more than just some words or some lyrics or some instruments together. It meant something to the psyche of the people.
That gave the people something to look forward to.
Normally from the moment the festival songs start, the whole thing start, Yeah, listening go right down to the last, because you want to see who are going to come out on top.
Everybody was excited about the song, and we were always listening for the festival song, and then we tried to learn it so that we could sing it together.
Festival is a feel-good time, and the music added an electrifying spirit among the people, causing a competitive vibe leading up to the announcement of the winning song, which was a big thing.
Well, normally, say Eric Donaldson and them, man, they was your top star, because say them, man, they bring it. You understand me? So, say then, you got bet to, So, whether you even win or lose, you don't mind it, because, say your star is still up on top.
Artists eventually became popular household names, but if the name somehow slipped the memory, the song title was just as good.
The one named Uncle Benji, well, at least the lyrics of the man give you, Even if you sit on a yard really a roast can, you'd still lock off your fire a little bit and go out and see what really are going, what them are going in the street with, don't it? So I say really go.
It was so excited those days. And we didn't have so much things to think about. So in the country parts, we just gather together to hear it and who can dance it better from who cannot dance it and so on. We used to do a little empty in a room a cry. Your mother say you must wife it. Papa say you're not a foolish girl, something like that,
And the memories continue to flow.
All right, my song was sung What a Bam Bam. Is that my song? Bam Bam, What a Bam Bam. So I say, I love you even now. Let me recap some festival song. Just damn few the song they play.
60s, 70s, that period, the best. Because reggae was now full blown. Rock said it was on its way out. And still had the amalgam on the book, the two of them. So during those 2 decades, you see, you're getting the best of both. During that period there, the body of music, everlasting.
Drop this a version in a yard, sing a sweet one more. the music, play the music, jump like little bees.
And the music will continue to play for centuries to come, building community spirit, patriotism, and just overall niceness.
Alright, but play the music sweet, sweet. No matter what you do, you can't get through unless you play the music. Bongo natty, don't a race course, I sell rose corn.
Protect Jamaica, plant your grass. Help us become more resilient to climate change impacts. Protect Jamaica, plant a tree. It improves the island's national biodiversity. Trees may be fruit, ornamental, or timber, but must be native or suitable to the area's natural landscape. Join the Jamaica Million Tree Campaign and help to plant 1 million trees by June 30, 2019. This is a call to action by the National Environment and Planning Agency.
Are you aware that some of the things you say or do can have a negative impact on someone else? Have you ever stopped to wonder how they feel or what might have happened if you had done things differently? Check this out.
So many times we sit and we talk and we say, hey, I would love for Jamaica to be this kind of place, but what are you really doing? What type of Jamaica do you want to see?
We're hoping to use art to teach Jamaica that it's not the thunder that grows the flower, it's the gentle rain. We want Jamaica to stop thundering for everything and start to put forth gentle rain, especially in the lives of our youth.
This gentle rain is the Acts of Random Kindness initiative being put forward by the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the JCF, a program that inspires and encourages expressions of kindness.
Our project comes out of our youth empowerment and mentorship program, where we're teaching our youngsters to know themselves, to know their purpose, to understand that it is important to cultivate attitudes of kindness, gratitude, and respect, as well as to put themselves on a good destiny, a life path.
The Youth Empowerment and Mentorship Program uses the iPad Summer Camp to teach resilience and social skills to children from at-risk communities.
If we can show you an act of kindness when you were young, if you were to reciprocate this act of kindness to somebody else, what a wonderful Jamaica this could be.
We saw a youth leader in the camp who decided to take responsibility for the lack of a belt on one of his team's part and said, you know what, you have my belt and I will then take the responsibility for the consequences. It's like an evolution and a revolution all at once, because they made revolutionary changes to their behaviors as opposed to when they just came on day one, day two, and you could start to see them evolving into being kind and gentler youth.
Action means identity, purpose, attitude, and destiny. So with the attitude, you have, I will show respect, kindness, and gratitude. It's important because most youths are growing up in very disturbing societies where a level of kindness and love isn't shown. So the camp actually gives us that love that is missing from our lives and help us to reflect this on others as well.
We want our youth to do tangible acts of random kindness, to be kindness ambassadors in their schools and communities. This will in turn raise the awareness in adults that they too should be agents of change.
We are challenging Jamaica to engage in a very self-conscious way in acts of random kindness amongst adults and towards our children. We want you to think kind, Jamaica. We want you to act kind. We want you to be kind.
I am ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. You have to have kindness in your heart. You have to be compassionate towards people. Some persons really need it. A little act of kindness sometimes motivates somebody else.
So we want our youngsters at school, at home, and at play to think kind, act kind, and be kind. It is a message that needs to be self-conscious.
We are inviting you, youth, adults, business places, To take up your link in the chain and bring this initiative to life, respond with smiles, hugs, positive affirmations, and acts of kindness to transform relationships in homes, schools, the workplace. Transform relationships right across Jamaica.
If we want a kinder, gentler Jamaica, where all of us want to live, work, and raise family, it is important that each and every one of us start to think about the words that we speak to our children. Start with a kind word. Start by giving a smile and saying good day. Start by saying thank you. Start by giving a hug. Where you can be a mentor, just listen to their concern. Show that you have some degree of understanding and empathy.
Be conscious, be aware. The cost to being kind is a state of mind.
I'm wasted again. Passed out, don't know who I am.
It was the liquor talking, not me.
Underage drinking is a serious matter. Risks include death, serious injuries, impaired judgment, brain development problems, and more. Let's all play our part and ensure that no child under the age of 18 is consuming alcohol. Let's put a stop to underage drinking.
We are in the business of prevention. Let us all ensure that we're partnering to stop our children from consuming alcohol.
Smoking affects the lives of everyone involved, even if you are just a bystander. But young people are at a greater risk of being affected. Effects may stem from emotional or psychological distress to something as big as cancer. Watch this.
Over the years, the prevalence of smoking among our youth from as early as age 13 has been steadily spiraling upward. The most recent Global Tobacco Youth Survey showed that smokers in the age group 13 to 15 increased from 15% to nearly 25% over a 9-year period. This trend is of concern, considering the ill effects of smoking.
Cigarette smoking is associated with nearly every cancer you can imagine. Cancer of the tongue, cancer of the breast, cancer of the cervix, cancer of the pharynx, cancer of the stomach, just to name a few.
There are over 4,000 chemicals in cigarettes that are harmful to the human body.
For example, chemicals that are found in embalming fluid, what is used to preserve dead bodies, chemicals which are found in rat poison, insecticide, chemicals that are found in battery. All of these chemicals are found in cigarette.
Among young people, the short-term health consequences of smoking include respiratory and non-respiratory effects, addiction to nicotine, and the associated risk of other substance abuse. Long-term health consequences of youth smoking are reinforced by the fact that most young people who smoke regularly continue to smoke throughout their adult years. Tobacco can affect youth activities and athletic performance as it narrows blood vessels and puts a strain on the heart.
In addition to traditional cigarette smoking, there have been some rising new trends among our youth.
We have observed a lot of parties, what they call the hookah parties. So the hookahs now comes in different flavors. So there's this myth about there that the hookah pipe is much safer than the smoking cigarette because the water inside of it actually filters out the smoke. But the research it actually does show that the hookahs still can cause cancer, TB, or even an STI because most persons, when they share the tip of they don't change it. So if a person has one STI, actually can pass to the other person.
Then there are e-cigarettes.
The e-cigarettes don't have tobacco per se, but they have nicotine, they have other chemicals in it, and many of them come flavored. They are glamorized, right, because many of them are marketed by celebrities, and they are touted as being relatively safe, but not because they don't have tobacco and many of the other chemicals that are seen in cigarettes. They are not necessarily safe. They do have other chemicals, and one chemical that is seen in some of the flavorings that are used in e-cigarettes is called diacetyl. Diacetyl is a chemical that was used to make the buttery flavor that was used to give microwave popcorn that taste. It was then banned because the factory workers in the factories making the microwave popcorn got ill.
Another popular smoking option among teenagers is marijuana. But does marijuana or ganja smoking pose any risk to the teenage smoker?
The research does show that there's a big difference between a teenager smoking and an adult smoking. And the simple fact is this, is that your brain is not fully developed until age 20 to 23. So there's a part of the brain which controls the executive function of the body, weighing consequence, all of these different things. So when you start using drugs at an early age, it actually impacts that part of the brain. So that's why you do have some of the students, so if you realize they're not doing well in class, right? It's like they get very upset or angry easily. All the research shows that once you start smoking from an early age, long-term consequences are more severe. For example, in the 30s, if you start smoking as a teenager, later on in life, when it lowers your IQ level.
The Jamaica Cancer Society cites peer pressure, stressful relationships, and unresolved challenges at home as the three main reasons for teenage smoking.
Unfortunately, many young persons are under the mistaken impression that cigarettes eliminate stress. This is certainly not so. We therefore encourage students to seek help from their parents and teachers to resolve any issues that they may be facing. Do not turn to smoking for answers.
To help teenagers quit smoking, there is the Fresh Start Smoking Cessation Program, offered by the Jamaica Cancer Society in association with the American Cancer Society.
This is a comprehensive 4-session group-based course that covers issues such as nicotine addiction, managing withdrawal symptoms, weight control, stress management, recognizing and planning for possible obstacles to quitting, staying tobacco-free, and enjoying being a non-smoker.
There's also an annual Anti-Tobacco Youth Forum held in February to educate high school students about the dangers of smoking.
Many young people feel that lung cancer in particular is a disease of the elderly, and that they have years ahead of them before the dangers of smoking will affect them. So it is our responsibility to educate and to be able to tell our younger folk, don't start if you haven't started, and to stop if you actually have, because the dangers of cigarette smoking actually start from day one, from that first cigarette.
For more information on programs to help teens quit smoking, contact the Jamaica Cancer Society at 927-4265 or visit their website at jamaicacancersociety.org. You may also call the National Council on Drug Abuse at 926-9002-4 or visit their website at ncda.org.jm.
More life.
More memories.
More moments.
Jamaica Moves is a call to action to prevent non-communicable diseases. Get active, eat healthy. You can protect yourself from high blood pressure, obesity, asthma, certain cancer diseases, and more.
Jamaicans are very artistic, and they often turn their art into big businesses. Beads and shells, even wires, are used to make amazing jewelry. Let's meet a few of these artistic Jamaicans.
Droplets of beads, creatively designed metals, painted wood, all handcrafted to adorn the neck, face, or limbs. Made from natural resources found on the island, local costume jewelers are designing a niche for economic empowerment.
Natural handbands. These are like from Lucky Seeds and RSI, and these bracelet is from copper with seed mixed in. And we have bamboo handband. We have leather handband over here, and we have wallets, sandals, and pipes and chalices. Natural, all handmade right here in Jamaica. I'm doing this business for over 40 years now. I've traveled all over the world, and this is the business that I do. This is my living, and I'm very proud of it. I was working at the post office for 18 years, but in the 18 years at the post office, I learned this trade. I'm self-taught. That's what I love about this. I think about a creative piece, and I manifest it with my hands. And that's what I love about it, manifesting what I think.
So we have two lines here. We have one called the Heavenlies, and then we also have another line that's completely made out of paper, crafted from scratch, hand-painted by a fine artist and varnished. And that one is called Inspired by Nature. And if you look at it, you'll see things that remind you of sunsets or hillsides and mountainous reliefs and fruits and flowers. We have some freshwater pearls, we have shells, we have upcycled, I would say, materials that we used to make the earrings, so paper. So, and we do a lot of seeds and shells. I work a lot with shells. So those sorts of things.
I'm telling you this, we don't know how rich we are. We're a very rich country. I'd love if we could concentrate on developing our skills and using our local product and advance. We are so rich that it's confusing sometimes to see what we're doing. So much stupid things, killing each other, robbing each other. We don't have to do that. We have everything here. So we need to just concentrate and focus and be positive and use the things that we have, because we have a lot.
Just be more mindful of what you're doing every day and what you're using every day. You know, paper instead of plastic, that's kind of, you know, the stereotypical answer, but really thinking about where are you buying your products? Are you buying things that are locally made? Are you buying things that are imported more than the locally made?
This is where the magazine closes for today. I hope you found our program informative. Send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at gis.gov.jm. Stay informed on our social media pages, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Or download our app on your Apple and Android devices to catch up on the go. You can also visit our website, gis.gov.jm, for more information. On behalf of the entire production crew, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.